In this video, we're going to talk about 6.1, call it Objective 1D, where we apply the conversion factor to convert apothecary units of mass using the ratio proportion method. These units of grains operate differently. Apothecary units have the unit name out front. You saw that already with fluid ounces, and I used a more traditional or a more modern way of putting the unit afterwards with the abbreviation FLOZ, but the exercises were writing fluid ounces and then writing the number. So with grains, they use Roman numerals between 1 and I think it's between 1 and 10 that they use Roman numerals for. If it's a fractional unit other than a half, then they're going, well, even with just a half, they'll write the fraction. If it's a mixed number with the fractional part as 1/2, they'll write the Roman numeral part for the whole number, and then they'll write SS for the fractional part of 1/2. So we'll just see some examples here, and bear with me. It's just going to look a little different than what you're used to. So we have a quarter of a grain given to us. So grain, 1/4, and then 1 grain. So that's going to be grain with a Roman numeral I. Is the same thing as 60 milligrams. We're just going to be using this conversion factor right here. So this grain and this grain will cancel. A quarter of 16 is 15 milligrams. Now we have 4 grains, IV, and we want 1 grain is 60 milligrams, and grains will cancel. 4 times 60 is 240 milligrams. Now we have 24 hundredths of a milligram, and 60 milligrams is a grain. And milligrams will cancel. And I have to give this to a simplified fraction. So this is going to be 0.24 over 60. Just do this part off to the side. Is 24 over 6,000. And 12 goes into here twice. And into there, 500. So this is 1, and this is 250. So X is equal to 1/250th of a grain. Right. Moving along, we want to change grains to milligrams again. This one is grains, ISS. So that's 3.5 grains, and 1 grain is 60 milligrams. So that's 3.5 times 60. 3.5 times 60 is 210. Now we have 1/100 80th, I think that says, 1/160th of a grain. So grain 1/160th and grain 160 milligrams. Grains will cancel, and then 60 over 160 milligrams is X. And they tell us to round to the nearest tenth as needed. So 60 over 160 is 0.4 milligrams. On number 6 now, and we're given grains VSS 5.5 grains. Grain I is 60 milligrams. Grains will cancel. 5.5 times 60 milligrams. X 330 milligrams is X. 330. And that's it for this video. We'll come back next time and we will start working on 6.2, and that will be the beginning of our topics on the dimensional analysis technique. That's not how it's shown in the book, but the dimensional analysis technique is covered in an appendix in the book, but it is the other main way in which we do unit conversions in this this course that I'm making these topics for. It deserves just as much time and space. So we're going to do some similar problems, and you're going to see how the dimensional analysis technique is really preferable when you have multi-step problems, especially concentrations and rates and things like that, as opposed to this ratio proportion technique is really helpful in one-step problems, but not so great as we've seen where we have to do multiple conversion factors. So again, that's it for 6.1. See you next time for the beginning of our videos for 6.2.